You've heard me talk about Squares golf shoes and how they help you hit the golf ball further. And many of you are saying, oh, come on, Faldo, give us a break. How is that possible? But yes, they do. And it's proven with science.
What we noticed with the Square shoes was the shoe keeps the pressure in a more stable fashion towards inside of the trail heel, allowing pressure to get to the lead side, generating much more club and speed and distance gain.
Visit squares.com. Change your shoes, change your game. Squares, the distance golf shoe.
Give me more Vibracore.
What are you talking about, Duffy?
I'm talking about more feel. I'm talking about more power.
I'm talking about
more forgiveness. I'm talking about more winning.
We're talking about all new Vibracore.
Absolutely the longest and best peeling irons you'll ever hit.
We're talking about Mike Weir and Alex Chaka. You know these guys know.
Pound for pound, nothing comes close.
And welcome back to BGT TV, Big's Golf Talk, and the Ignites Golf Network. I am Big John Quick. He is the golf father, Bill Cuevas, as we are a twosome today. We will have threesomes all joining us as guests in the back segment at backside of the second hour here on Big's Golf Talk. And Bill the Golf Father Cuevas, this segment is sponsored by Tour Edge Golf. Pound for pound,
nothing comes close.
Golf's most solid investment. So there you go. All right, Bill the Golf Father. Also something else later on. We're going to talk about Father's Day gift ideas here on Big's Golf Talk as well. So that is going to take place, and we're going to talk about our ideas. But one gift I want to tell you about. You've seen the commercial that we were just talking about with Tour Edge, but also we want to talk about the other commercial as well, and that is the Father's Day sale. Save $25 on men's footwear and get a free 3-pack of socks. 3-pack, not one sock, and a free hat. $55 value, and that is for Squares shoes. Father's Day sale that they got going on, and they can save $25. Bill the Golf Father Cuevas.
You save $25 and you get $55 in free gifts.
Yes.
I'm not very good looking in math, but I can tell you that's over $75. So yeah, like RuPaul would say, that's $75.
Yeah.
$75. So yeah, that's a lot of money, especially Father's Day. So yeah, you could buy it for your father, you could buy it for your husband, from your kids, your significant other, your friend, your brother. You can get it for whoever you want. And just because it's Father's Day don't mean you can't buy it for your girlfriend too. So go ahead, save some money.
By the way, so this week, some big announcing news out of from the PGA Tour. The PGA Tour, DP World Tour, and the Public Investment Fund today announced a landmark agreement to unify the game of golf on a global basis. The parties have signed an agreement that combines PIF's golf-related commercial business and rights, including Live Golf, with the commercial business and rights of the PGA Tour and DP World Tour into a new collectively owned for-profit entity to ensure that all stakeholders benefit from a model that delivers maximum excitement and competition among the game's best players. In addition, PIF will make a capital investment into the new entity to facilitate its growth and success. The new entity name is to be determined, will implement a plan to grow these combined commercial businesses, drive greater fan engagement, and accelerate growth initiatives already underway with Live Golf. In the midst of its second groundbreaking season, the PGA Tour, DP World Tour, and PIF will work together to best feature and grow team golf going forward. Bill the Golf Father Cuevas, is Greg Norman looking like a genius right now?
He's looking like something, but I don't think he's a genius, because social media wise, he allegedly, and I'm gonna use the words allegedly because we don't know if it's true, he was kept in the dark the whole entire time. So if that's true, with all the craziness right now, so let's put. I'm gonna skip right to the chase. The two downfall people that I see right now, with everything that's going on social media from the PGA Tour and Live Golf, I see there's gonna the downfall of two people, Greg Norman and Pat Moynihan, because he didn't tell. Now we all know when it comes to something as simple as a sponsor, everything takes days, if not weeks, to get everything in place from start to finish. You're talking about billions of dollars, not millions, billions of dollars, and now it's for profit. The PGA Tour players, even Rory came out and said, I'm part of the board. I didn't know anything about it, which means that Pat was behind the scenes all these weeks and months leading up to that signage, talking all that mess. And one by one, we even talked about it on the show. What's his name? Patrick Reed was the last guy. He signed off and dropped his lawsuit. Every PGA player dropped their lawsuit one by one by one from Live Golf, right? Two people. Yep. That means they knew about it this whole entire time that they were talking behind the scenes. Another downfall, which I don't like, Biggs, is you got guys like Ricky Fowler that stayed true to the PGA Tour, Morikawa. You got all these guys. Tiger Woods, $800 million he was offered and stayed true to the PGA Tour. All these guys stopped, right? Now you have all these live golfers that took tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars, right? They get all their money. They get to keep all of it. And now they get to come back. Everybody that was banned, everybody's talking on social media. What about all these guys that were banned from the PGA? They're not going to be banned anymore. They're going to be allowed to join back in. So not only did I get, like Phil, he got paid. Now he gets to go back and still get paid. He doesn't lose his money. None of that goes anywhere. And now the big kick in that they're having, we're going to make golf more fun on the PGA Tour, and we're going to use that team aspect.
Well, Jay Monahan, tour commissioner, released a statement and says, after 2 years of disruption and distraction, this is a historic day for the game we all know and love. This transformational partnership recognizes the immeasurable strength of the PGA Tour's history, legacy, and pro-competitive motto, and combines it with the DP World Tour and Live, including the team golf aspect, to create an organization that will benefit golf's players, commercial and charitable partners, and fans. Going forward, fans can be confident that we will collectively deliver on the promise we've always made to promote competition of the best in professional golf, and that we are committed to securing and driving the game's future. He continued to say, we are pleased to move forward in step with Liv and PIF's world-class investing experience, and I applaud PIF Governor Yasir Al-Rumayyan for his vision and collaborative effort and forward-thinking approach that is not just a solution to the rift in our game, but also a commitment to taking it to new heights. This will engender a new era in global golf for the better. Now, Bill, sounds like to me Jay Monahan has taken the high road in this aspect. We have not heard any statements coming from Liv's Greg Norman. What I meant by does Greg Norman look like a genius in this is he had a part to do with Liv. If Liv was not here, this would not happen. You need to shake things up in order for the players and those involved. And you know what? On a female aspect, I mean, sure, they're not making the money, and I'm totally for we need to get these ladies to make the money.
Mm-hmm.
But these people that went to live golfer did what was best for their families and what was best for them financially.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're seeing this collaborative effort to make it better for everyone and not just live players.
Yeah. Social media wise, I'm not going to say that I agree or disagree, but you have quotes up there from people. And it's okay to read other, stuff, right?
Yeah, just as long as you give them credit.
Okay. So Michael Hearn from Twitter wrote on Greg Norman's feed, Greg, this is more about the Saudis getting into bed with the PGA. Thing is, Liv failed. This 3-day per week off Sundays and all players teeing off at the same time to allow them to be home to watch the evening news doesn't work. Liv was invisible media-wise. Normal golf should prevail. And there's a lot of other, you just lost your job. That's the only comment that he made that 1 hours after everything was announced. So we know that the PGA Tour players,
I have to disagree with Hearns. I mean, obviously Jay Monahan thinks and has came out and made a statement to the press about in this team concept has some merit to it.
Yeah. Okay. But what everybody's not happy about is that everything that he said he was going to do, that they was not going to join, they weren't going to do this, they weren't going to do that. Now all of a sudden it's a huge disruption. You know what I mean? What are we going to give up? What is the PGA? Now you're in bed with 3 other entities. The PGA Tour was allegedly a not-for-profit, right? And if you look everywhere, it's not for profit. First tee programs, everything is not for profit, allegedly, right? Now the new business format is for profit.
So PIF governor makes a comment. Today is a very exciting day for this special game and the people it touches around the world. This is the PIF governor, Yasir Al-Rahmanian. I can't say his last name. We are proud to partner with the PGA Tour to leverage PIF's unparalleled success and track record for unlocking value and bringing innovation and global best practices to business and sectors worldwide. We are committed to unifying, promoting, and growing the game of golf around the world and offering the highest quality product to the many millions of longtime fans globally while cultivating new fans. There is no question that Live model has been positively transformative for golf. We believe there are opportunities for the game to evolve while also maintaining its storied history and tradition. This partnership represents the best opportunity to extend and increase the impact of golf for all. We look forward to collaborating with Jay and Keith to bring the best version of the game to communities around the world. So, with that said, do I think that Greg Norman has lost his job? Yes, I think he's lost his job. And part of that is his firing off on social media and having that disruptive, behavior. I think he could have done this a whole different way to still make an impact. However, I still think that Live Golf has impacted the way we look at golf today.
Absolutely. I agree. And I enjoyed it. Like we even talked about it last week. I enjoyed actually for the first time listening and watching when I saw it last. I thought it got better, for what it is. Was it my total cup of tea? I think it's good if you're, if you're not watching anything else. Honestly, I prefer watching the women golfers, the LPGA or the Epson Tour on TV when they have that limited availability. The big thing, it was also announced and it took away from women's golf, because what everybody is overlooking now, that one day a year is all about women's golf. when they made that announcement, was it strategic to announce just the to start of women's golf? It took away from the women's golf, and the women, a lot of them weren't happy that they did that. We were all excited that the women were being, I guess, had the thought that they might join the Live Tour and what they were going to do for women's golf. Because honestly, I thought it would have a much greater impact on the women's side of golf than the men's side of golf. And is that hope now crushed? Do the women still have that now? Now there's really no leverage, because now Live is part of the PGA Tour. And there's a lot of questions, Biggs. How are they going to do these Live golf events? Are they going to go back to 4 days? Are they still going to do this shotgun kind of stuff? Because there's still a lot of questions. And, how long is it going to take to make this new global business? Because that's what it is. It's now a business. So I don't know. There's a lot of things, and maybe, who knows?
Yeah, but on the other flip coin, is it's always been a business for the individual golfers. It's
Absolutely.
always been, hey, I need to win to make the most money. I need to, support my family. This is how I make my living. So it's always a business.
Oh yeah, no, I wasn't talking about golfers.
Participants.
Yeah, I was talking more about like the PGA and everything that it does.
Well, I will
military.
tell you that separately, the PGA Tour Incorporated will remain in place as a 501c6 tax-exempt organization and retains administrative oversight of events for those assets contributed by the PGA Tour, including the sanctioning of events, the administration of the competition and rules, as well as other inside the ropes responsibilities, with Jay Monahan as commissioner and Ed Hurley as PGA Tour Policy Board Chairman. PIF's governor, Yasir, last name, will join the PGA Tour Policy Board. The DP World Tour and Live Golf will retain similar administrative oversight of events on their respective tours. So it sounds like to me, Live will still do Live, but still in a collaborative effort, and probably for the world rankings issue.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot. It's going to be interesting how it all plays out. And it's interesting to see how the players are going to feel. The ones that believed in the PGA Tour and what it stood for, are they going to feel differently? We don't know if it still stands for the same thing. I guess just like with Live Golf when it first happened, we don't know what's going to, how we're going to feel. We don't know. Next week it could be different. You had golfers that were pitted against each other that were best friends for years, and now all of a sudden because of Live, it wasn't. Are those bad feelings still going to be there? Is there going to be animosity that one person got $200 million, jumped ship, and cared more about Live Golf Tour than the PGA Tour, and now they come back and they still have that? So it's going to be interesting,
Let me pose a question to you. Jack Nicklaus, right? Arnold Palmer.
Yep.
Okay. And other records that have been in the books for years, are those records are now untouchable?
Ironically, baseball. Baseball really well. We all know about that asterisk, right? Whether it was due, undue, unjust, whatever. We know that there was an asterisk in the books for a long, 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 long time for that home run record. Maybe that's the road that we're going to go down to. It's going to be a lot of asterisks or pre-Live, pre-this, pre-that. So it's going to be interesting. And how do those legends feel about what's going on? Because there was some of them that weren't really happy about Live Golf, and they expressed, about what it was.
Which is understandable, right? Because as old as the older we get, we're like, how can these kids listen to this music? But think about the music that we listen to, that our parents and our grandparents.
How can they listen to that? Turn that garbage off.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
So as we look now, most of us appreciate what these legends have done, right? And this is a different time. And you're right. This is going to be post Live, post this, post that. if something should happen that any record is even coming close.
Yeah, absolutely.
However, I think the records are untouchable. As they stand right now, I think they're untouchable.
I think you're right. And while they're still retaining their,
therefore, I think the legend, like, oh, I'm safe. My record's never going to get broken.
It really is. You had Gary Player when he made the statements that he made not long ago about the Rory, the negative that he needs to win, otherwise blah 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 and all this other stuff. Are they still going to feel that way now, or are they going to take the hard stance and say, no, this is not what golf is? This is not.
But I think back then it was about winning. It wasn't business.
It wasn't.
It was about playing a sport and being competitive.
And if you didn't win, you didn't get paid.
It's about making a living and what is best for my family. Yes, don't get me wrong. These golfers want to win.
Yes,
right?
Absolutely.
They want to hoist that trophy. But if they can sustain a living, where back then, if you were on the top, if you were above 25, you weren't making a living.
No.
Here, if you score 25th, you're making a living.
But now I got a question for you, Biggs, right? You got the top competitors, right? They're going to make a living. What happens to those guys that are ranked, if they're lucky, in the top 200? Maybe they don't even rank. They had a dream on Come Along Monday that they were going to play. We've had amateurs that are winning events or really, really close to winning events. What happens to them now that when we limit the field because you want to cut it down to 54 or whatever it is, for each team on each hole teeing off the way they tee off, right? So you limit the amount of players, you limit the days. Now, those people that had those hopes and dreams, what do? Do we expand the other tours for them to do it?
Okay, well, that's where the DP World Tour comes in. That's where Live Golf comes in, right? So PGA Tour, no doubt, is the MLB, the NFL, the NHL of golf, right?
Yep.
The NBA of golf.
Yep.
That is no doubt. I think the DP and Live, now the Live is your USFL, still a professional system, right? But it's getting minor coverage. So they're the USFL. Your DP World Tour is your minor leagues filtering to either one.
So is it going to make it tougher? Or are we going to make it easier for these guys to succeed? Who needs the money? Who needs the paycheck more? The guys that got millions of dollars endorsements, or the poor guys that are at 150 in the ranking?
Couple college players that didn't even jump to, they're on a Live Tour right now.
Yeah.
So they're making millions of dollars
right off the bat
because they're on a team.
Yep, exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Is there going to be a lot of animosity among the players that refuse?
It'd be interesting to see how all three of this kind of coincides for the sport itself.
I'm wondering if they're going to make a bonus plan for the guys that didn't get paid by Live. That would be interesting.
I'm wondering if PIF is going to take over. You can't take over for the USGA or RNA, can you?
We can't say anything anymore because who would have thought that? Because everything that I read was PGA Tour joining Live. I didn't read anywhere Live joining the PGA Tour. Everything said PGA Tour joining Live and the DP.
Right.
So usually the one that joins is the one that's jumping ship, correct?
Yeah.
So why wouldn't it be, the Live Tour is going to join?
Well, according to this news story, and this is off of PGAtour.com, according to this news story, Live is going to do Live. PGA Tour is still going to have their separate entity, but in some collaborative effort, they're going to work together. And I have a feeling it has something to do with the world ranking, Bill.
Mm-hmm.
Now Live golfers will have world rankings.
Yeah. I was looking at that, and there's a lot of questions about the world rankings now and all these other tournaments, you know, the Masters and everything else. And unfortunately, we won't be able to get that information right now. We don't know what's going to happen.
As this thing develops, we will bring you all the developments here on Big's Golf Talk. If some breaking news or something, Bill and I will chime in live and bring some breaking news to you on YouTube TV. So pay attention to that whenever we do that. I mean, we went live with the whole 69-degree, review. So you just never know when you see something like that. So the only way you're going to find out is if you subscribe, then you will be alerted with a notification that we are live and what are we live about. So as this develops and if anything breaking comes up, well, you'll hear it right here on Big's Golf Talk on BGT TV and BGT 2.0 on the Ignite Golf Network. But we need to, head into the next segment here on Big's Golf Talk. So, and head to the 10T right here on Big's Golf Talk. We'll be right back right after this on the Ignite Golf Network.